Hey folks, it's Charlie here, back with another Charlie in the Rain interview. And today I'm sitting down with a member from a band who's just released this EP that I have had on repeat for the past month. It's like dance pop vibes. I am loving it. It is bringing us into this warm weather. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, Charlie.
Yes, no, thank you for making the time to chat. Would you like to start us off? Introduce yourself, introduce Miramar to us. Tell us what's happening in your world.
Of course. So my name is Rosh, and I am one third of Miramar. So our other members are Matt and Sam, and we are a pop electronic band from Sydney. And we have just released our second EP, Best of a Thing. And so that's a little collection of songs that mean a lot to us. And we're so excited to have it out in the world.
Yes. I have been loving this EP so much. I feel like, sometimes you can turn on an album or an EP or a body of work and you get taken out of your menial day-to-day type of routine and you're just in this new world. That's how I feel with Best of a Thing. It's just the vibes are immaculate. The story behind it is oh, it is so good, but I'm gonna trust you with this information, put it in your hands. Can you tell us a bit about Best of a Thing? How did this EP come about?
Yes, so thank you for all those kind words about the EP. I think that's exactly how we want it to feel. I think this EP as a whole is just trying to capture that magic of the weekend and bring that into your everyday life. So a big inspiration for this EP is enjoying your weekends, enjoying the time with your friends, all those little moments. For us, what we always spend our time doing with our friends is going out, seeing live music, discovering new bands here in Sydney. And we just wanted to capture that magic of those times and put it into a body of work. So sonically, it's a little bit different to what we usually do. We definitely explored some new sounds in this EP, but overall, we're just super happy with how all the songs turned out, and we're really proud of the sentiment in the songs as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The weekend, that's the best way to put it. It truly does feel like your little microdose of the weekend of the late party nights just dribbled throughout your week. I love that. And I saw you'll mention somewhere that this EP reflects on a lot of the aspects that help you going through the day to day, through the normal life in this world that's I'd like to say crazier than ever, but I'm scared that'll also jinx something. Would you
Yes.
like would you like to speak a bit more to how the messages you've embedded within these songs are doing just that, helping you get through the day to day in this world?
Yes, we definitely, obviously, the world is quite crazy at the moment, and we definitely feel like we're in a very privileged position, and we like to not bury our heads in the sand too much about what's going on in the world. Um, so we just like to offer little safe havens to top up some positivity where you need it. And I think now more than ever, it's important to band together with your community and the people around you and share experiences together, because anytime you're going through something, it is always better to go through it with people. So, yeah, the EP does bring a lot of positivity, and yeah, as I said, never like to have a toxic positivity about our life, but just to offer a little glimmer of some light throughout the what can be a heavy week.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned there that aspect of community and then also connection with other people. It's what keeps people sane, ultimately. But also that's just such a big theme through Miramar, through your music, is connection and community. I'd love to ask, as an artist, as someone performing and creating art, what's the importance of this community and connection in your work?
Mm. I feel like for us community is at the center of everything we do as a band, whether it's our live shows, writing, the themes of the songs we're creating. It is such an integral part of who Miramar is. And I think that's for a few different reasons. One definitely being none of us are originally from Sydney. And so we know what it's like to move to a new place, to build a new community, and how powerful that is. And we then, when we went into music, kind of started that process again. We entered the music scene. We didn't know anyone. We didn't know what bands to play with. And so over the past 4 years of playing, we've built a really beautiful community. And again, it's something that's so important to us, and we're always striving to continually grow and be that person for other bands working their way up as well. So it influences, yeah, every aspect of what we do as a band, and is always at the core of our decision making.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it's one of the most integral parts of live music, of like local music communities, is that community and connection. But it's also a bit tricky, I would say, like think like the past 5 years, ever since we all locked ourselves inside for a couple of months, it's like we've lost a lot of that. And you see now people are building a community on social media, which that's great. It's such a tool for artists. But then the in-person community kind of falters as like, it's that kind of like seesaw effect. I like, obviously this is a massive question, way out of our depth, but would you have any advice for like fellow artists, or even just like music consumers and audiences and fans, on how we can work to build back a community that kind of seems to be faltering a little bit occasionally?
Yeah, it is the question on everyone's mind at all times in the music industry. And there are so many reasons that have compounded this issue that we have here, especially in New South Wales and Australia, of lack of community and lack of support around live music. So it is such a tough question. I think the social media communities that have kind of forged throughout that time are also so important, and are helping people reach audiences that they never were able to before. For us, the social media side doesn't come supernaturally. It is definitely something we are working on, and has been a big focus for us to help build that community online as well as in person. But for us, in-person community is absolutely where we thrive, just being in the same physical location as people. As music lovers, supporters of music, I think the biggest way to support is going to shows, being open-minded about discovering new music. And I think it's really about building up that curiosity again. After being locked inside for a while, I think people have that fear of the unknown now. People have reverted back to what they know is safe and nostalgia, and it's about growing that curiosity again, and trust in discovering new things. So I hope over the next few years we kind of break out of safe little bubbles we've put ourselves in, and get excited again about discovering new music, and putting ourselves on the line to just pay $15 to discover a new band. And maybe it's not the best night, maybe it's not the worst, and kind of, I think that's the best of a thing is the title of the EP, and that's kind of the sentiment, is that, you know, maybe this night out won't be the most magical, or we might not discover our new favorite band, but we'll just make the best of the night. And so what, we've spent $15, but we have spent time with our friends, we've supported live music, and I think there's always little special moments in those nights regardless.
Yeah, you said that so beautifully. Like, thank you for saying that. Yeah. But that is like the big thing to remember as well. I feel like a lot of people have gone, this is going to get like way more philosophical than I'm qualified for. But,
Love
like,
it, I'm ready.
People, at least like in my local music community, in my experience, are very like, oh, I don't want to spend my money and I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a good time or I need to like there's so much I and me and like focus on yourself. Where as you said, like it's a night out with friends. Like the go see a gig. You're in a room full of people there for the same reason. And it's that sort of community that I've gone to gigs for like artists who I would say like my favorite discovery of the year and had like five people in the room with me and I'm like what's going on? You get like 500 people are liking the post about tonight on Instagram and five people rock up. It's
Yes.
like it's such a thing where I don't know how people have to do it, but I know they just have to deconstruct the mindset of, oh yeah, but that's my $15 and go, yeah, but that $15 is paying for three bands, whole night out, aircon in the venue. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that mindset. And, we're all struggling through the cost of living crisis. And, I never want to say that $15 isn't a lot of money because
Yeah.
it is. And it's, I can see why people have the mindset that they have. So it definitely isn't just on the individual to create change. There's,
Mm.
bigger powers that be that need to help support um, the industry as a whole. But yeah, I think it's just about creating creating those experiences and allowing allowing yeah, letting go a little of
Mm.
our safe little boxes that we're in.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And relating to this, we're talking about like supporting all these artists and fostering community. I'd love to ask then how listeners, fans, audience members of Miramar, of this new EP, whether they've been around since that first song, whether they're just getting into y'all now, how can we best support Miramar?
Ooh, I think, as I said before, we're really trying to grow our online community.
Mm,
And for when you're applying to do anything, really, the first thing people look at is your online presence. And that just is the way it is. So I think at this time, the biggest support would be for us and for any of your favorite local bands is interacting with them online, following them on all their platforms, commenting, liking, and just sharing with one or two friends to help spread the word online. Because I know if we meet people in person, they're going to have an amazing time. I am so proud of the live show that we create,
mm,
and it's just about creating that energy and community online as well. So when you are, trying to get on a festival or you're wanting for other artists to book you for bigger shows, that your online presence reflects the presence I know we have when we're live. So, yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And another thing with that is like it's literally free for the fan. Like
Yeah.
you go comment on a bunch of posts, send a bunch of like nice emojis, and it takes seconds.
Yeah, yeah. And it also just means so much to the bands. I definitely know for us and a lot of our music friends, it's definitely not the most natural thing to be posting online. And you kind of, when you're a musician these days, you have to become also a social media marketer. And it's not second nature for a lot of musicians. So getting a little message, a little comment that someone is listening and it really helps you push forward to keep posting and keep working towards it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also just so insane to me because it's like I'm at university where we have full like 12, 13-week classes dedicated to like this is how you do a social media campaign. This is how you do this. And I'm like, so why is every artist in the world just expected to know this and like have this already in their minds?
I know, I know. It's been a lot of learning, and it changes so fast, the online
Yeah.
landscape. Constant pivoting and learning. It's an amazing tool, but it takes a lot of patience and dedication for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But when it pays off, when you see like that local band going viral, or you see like this fan base just come out of nowhere from the algorithm, it's like it works amazingly sometimes, but the lead up to
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
yes, manifesting this will go viral on the YouTube
Yes.
algorithm.
Yes.
Yes. Well, that whole point you said there about like connecting with the music and letting the artist know, I feel like that's something that's so like overlooked and so important. You think back to like what people used to write like fan mail and write literal letters and send them to artists, like bring them to shows. So just like hit up the Instagram DMs, even if it sits in the request, they're still reading it. Like,
Yeah, we need to rebrand it as fan mail.
yeah, I feel like there's such like it does feel weird though as a fan to be like, am I literally gonna message this band and be like, hey, I'm loving your song? Like, is that weird vibes? But no, it's actually like it's harmless for the most part. Keep it harmless.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. But with that note of listening to the EP, this is a new favorite question of mine because I feel like whatever your response is, I then implement it and it like gives a whole new meaning, whole new layer of understanding to the music itself. I would love to ask for people who haven't heard the EP yet or are ready to like get back into it again, listen to it top to bottom, what would you say is the like ideal listening experience for Best of a Thing?
Oh, okay. Best of a thing is absolutely a sunny day. It's a Saturday and you've got plans later with your friends, but you're just gonna bask in that feeling in the day. So you've got the windows open, you've got it plugged into like the soundbar on your TV,
Mm.
and you're just relaxing. Maybe you've got a couple friends coming around earlier to have a little pre-drink, and you're gonna just enjoy being around your friends before you go out together and make those memories that the EP is all about.
Mm. Yeah, oh, I love that. It feels like something I want to physically listen to. Like I want to physically put that CD in or just like take it out of the case and then be like, yes, committing to it.
Locking in. We're
Yes.
locking in.
Yeah, definitely. This EP, like for me, I also really feel like it's an Instagram story post. You know,
Yeah,
like when you've got the memories you're sharing, it's like, what song's gonna go with this? It's something off of Best of a Thing.
absolutely, absolutely. It's all those little moments that maybe don't make the grid,
Yeah.
but they absolutely, those story moments. They're a little messy, they're rough around the edges. Um, yeah, that's such a good description for it.
Yeah, or like, just like the thrown together scrapbook pages as well. Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's just like it's such a time capsule isn't the right way to say it, but it's like it just gets that moment and it's just when you hear it, you'll think back to that moment that you first listened to it. Like, oh, I just love it. It's such a great EP.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I would love to close off our chat today by asking my favorite question. This is the way I've been discovering pretty much all of my new music lately, and I would love to ask, who have you been listening to? Which local acts in like your local New South Wales music scene, in the broader Australian scene, have you had like on your playlist you've been loving and you'd love to give a shout out to?
Oh, absolutely. Let me have a little think. Who have I been loving lately? Okay. A band that I recently discovered, I had knew about them, but I had never really properly listened to them, is Largo.
Mm.
And they are a local band, and I first discovered them at the King Street Crawl in Newtown. And seeing them play live, I was an immediate mega fan. They have such energy when they are performing, and then I went back and listened to all of their stuff that I hadn't properly listened to before, and they are so much fun. They have a female lead, which we love,
Mm.
and I know that they're doing some shows at the moment. So if you haven't checked out Largo before, they're absolutely one to look out for.
Yeah, okay. I feel like same situation as you like previously had. I've definitely heard of them, but I don't think I've listened, like done that full dive yet. So I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, no, I love that. And I also just love when you see a band live that you don't really know, and it's just that moment of like, they are my new favorites. I'm going to be obsessed with this for the longest time.
Yes. I'm so bad at describing genres. So I'm like, let me see how we would describe their genre. Because I wanna say what kind of music they do. Okay, I think you can still see me right when I'm out
Mhm.
on the other. I think their bio describes their music perfectly. So
Mhm.
it's LAHGO, and it's Femme Fury with the grit to polish. And I think that is
Ooh,
a perfect description. So if you've got some Femme Fury in you, you need to go.
yes, okay. I am a fire sign, so I feel like that's going to work perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like another like side tangent. I am so fed up with the basic like I literally did it at the start of this interview, but like the pop rock band, oh the indie folk band. It's just like give me that niche descriptor that's gonna hit the spot and I love it.
Totally. They've described it perfectly. I need to think of a one-liner for us that really captures the way that that does. Yeah.
Hmm. Throw in some sort of like disco ball in there somewhere. I feel like that would work.
Yeah. I'll work on it.
Yes. Oh, well, let me know when you've got that figured out because I have a feeling I'm gonna love it. There's gonna be like some
Yeah,
glittery, some sort of like disco embedded in there.
for sure, for sure.
Yes. And yeah, thank you again for making the time to chat about all things best of a thing. It's out everywhere now. What would be the best way for someone to go listen to it now?
You can go listen to it on Spotify. Miramar, Miramar. We're
Yes.
everywhere. You always listen.
I love your name as well. It's just so fun to say, so fun to write like Miramar. Miramar. Love it.
Oh.
Yes, well, thank you so much for making the time to chat.
Thank you so much, Charlie. It was lovely chatting to you.